We got her answer. We know her answer. She can't really talk about it. This guy Losky can open up his own law firm and charge us to get the license after he creates it.
And now this is a really punctual question, because if he will, for about 5 minutes, I'd like to introduce you to Theo Chino, who is right now in front of the New York State Supreme Court. And I don't want to take any thunder away. Give him a round of applause.
Hi, my name is Theo Chino, and the story will be quick. I used to have a business. I still have it until I close it. And what I was doing is trying to get bodegas to accept Bitcoin to buy milk, to buy sugar, to buy whatever you need. And I had developed a system to help the trade. And when the bid license came about, well, I have to shut down. So the license fee was $5,000. Instead of putting the license fee towards the New York DFS, I realized pretty early that Bitcoin is also a political thing.
Right.
And the political thing is political people make rules. And if you understand the political game, it's easier to put the $5,000 towards the lawyer and try to fight the system. So I started fighting the system in 2015 in October. And because of the change at DFS, and I was a nice guy, they kept asking, the new lawyer came about, we don't understand Bitcoin, can you give us more time? Next month, oh, DFS has a new lawyer, we need more time. And time after time after time, we get to today. And so this morning we were in the courthouse where DFS and myself were in front of the judge, and they were saying my business didn't have any standing to get a bid license. Therefore, I couldn't go into court and sue them. The judge looked at it, they say, oh, I'm not sure, but we'll talk about it next time. So my case is still going on today because DFS, the argument of standing is not sure yet. They have to debate it, but it was not a clear-cut check, it's not a clear case, a clear-cut case where DFS can say, you little guy, you have no standing, go away. So right now we're in front of the judge and we'll see what happens.
So I do have a question.
Wait a second. Who was the superintendent when you contemplated getting your license?
Ben Losky. Well, no, after that it was the next guy.
What's your nickname him?
Oh, overreaching, double dipping Losky.
When Benjamin Losky instituted this program to require a license in New York State, and it passed, what did Benjamin Losky do immediately thereafter?
So Ben Losky left the office of the DFS after. No, actually he left the day before the prolongation because I couldn't sue Ben Losky. I wanted my name on the lawsuit, but because he left one day before it was prolongated, I had to get the next guy on the lawsuit. So,
And do you know why he left when he left?
I don't know, and I don't care
Well,
why he did.
He was appointed by the governor. He was a very close friend to the governor. And what he did with the license soured his relationship with the governor. And he was essentially railroaded out of the department.
But that's okay, but that's not my problem as a business owner. And for the little story, before he promulgated, when they were asking comment, Ben Losky went to the Cordosa Law School. He made a speech, and I asked him a question. I asked him, what will you do for small business? Will there be a progressive license? Will it be? And his answer was very clear. He said he understood me, he will do things for small business, he understands that small bank, the compliance costs and things like that. And at the end of the day, when the reg came about, there was nothing for small business. I was treated like Coinbase or any other big business. I needed to have a compliance officer, a CFO, a CMO. And like me, I am a guy I am self-taught like me. So I don't have diploma and 10 years of proven back record to show that I had the experience to run a Bitcoin business. So I was out for the education, I was out because of the money, I was out because I didn't have the required board employee.
In America?
Oh, well, I said it's a political question.
What kind of volume were you doing before you shut down?
I was doing in Bitcoin, 0. Because I was at the point of getting my first customer to walk into a bodega, but I had my 150 bodega throughout the Bronx and northern Manhattan. So if you were to run into any of those bodegas, you could buy it, but nobody could believe that you could do that in the North Manhattan. So nobody ever went to a bodegero and said, oh, you take Bitcoin. There was a sign, but you didn't take it. So in volume, I didn't, but the equipment was ready for it to work because I was running my own test. So
you're using ATMs or kiosks?
no,
or
no,
was
it
it
was
a-
virtual. They would have a code, they would do the thing, and then you would say, here's the milk, here is the code, it would be on the window, you scan it, the bodegero would receive a text message on his phone, said, you just been transferred $1.5, and he would go walk away. And well, it was a whole system after, but I'm just simplifying.
So, one other question, you said $5,000 instead of putting towards the application, you decided to file the lawsuit.
Yes.
Without being rude, how deep are you into the lawsuit now from a cost perspective?
In a cost perspective, I don't know what the tab is yet, and because my lawyer, suddenly the story got, the thing with Bitcoin, you have to understand, at first, you don't like it, and then you get taken by the story. So my lawyer at first, the $5,000 was to get him to buy into the story. And once he discovered what Bitcoin is, and when DFS answered and gave him 30 pages of document on this little guy, Theo Chino, said, wait a minute, DFS gave you how many pages? 30 pages? That means they worked their asses off to give me an answer. And he said, there is something that's not kosher in there, because DFS, if I didn't have any reason to be right, DFS would have turned 5 pages and say, go away. But the 30 page was like the moment for him to click in, saying, there is something bigger. And like you said, that last team might have a sour relationship with the government. But that's a political issue between them. Why should he kill the whole industry for the window boss to need the regulator to get their ETF? Why would he have to kill it for Coinbase, for example, now who are in that thing? The Bitcoin industry or the virtual commodity currency, whatever, needs to be able to grow and be explored by people before being regulated like crazy.
So the positive outcome from the bit license in New York is that every other state and international jurisdiction basically looked at a model of what not to do. And they're basically modeling their stuff on, are we as bad as New York?